Hey, man. So let's just start with kind of an obvious question. We talked to you 3 years ago. You were a freshman in high school making edits. What's your life been like over the last 3 years, man? Catch us up.
Well, I played high school sports, baseball and football, and I was lucky enough to win a state title last year in baseball. And during high school, I kind of got busy and took a break from editing for a year. But then I kicked back up earlier this year, and this really opened a lot of opportunities for me.
So, for those that don't know, Paul, pull this up if you would. Like, I have Hayes' Instagram page here. It's Recruit247 if you want to check out. Like, trust me, you've seen his work on Instagram, on Twitter. Hayes, let me just let you explain it. When people hear, you do edits, like, for those that have no idea, explain what that is.
Well, it's like they'll send me a normal picture of them, and I just kind of like spice it up a little bit, put a filter on it, put the schools that they want. I don't know, just make the picture pop a little bit and make people like open their eyes, I guess. I don't know.
Is it safe to say, and I mean, it's like the biggest prospects in the country. I mean, is it safe to say that you do more edits than anybody else?
Yes, sir, no doubt.
How many edits would you say you do in a day?
Well, now that the coronavirus is intact, I guess, and I have all the time in the world to do it, I can do like probably 10 a day.
Do you do that many?
Yes, sir.
So you do 10 a day. So in the course of, you will literally do hundreds of edits a month.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Do you get paid to do this?
Yes, sir. Recently, like from last time I talked to you, I was charging for free. I was free and stuff. But now I set up a Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and some people are willing to pay, which is good for me.
So high school prospects around the country, when they want to list like their top 5 or whatever it may be, their top 6, their top 10, and they post that graphic, that's you doing it. How much do you charge for an edit, if you don't mind me asking?
For like 4 and 5 stars, I charge free. But like other guys, I'll charge like 10 to 15 maybe.
Just 10 or 15 bucks to do it?
Yes, sir.
So it's super affordable. But why would you do it for free for the higher prospect guys? Because
that gets me more publicity and like notoriety.
Smart kid. Hayes Fawcett is our guest. He's on Twitter at Hayes Fawcett3. If you want to give him a follow, mention his IG is it's Recruit247 if you want to see his Instagram as well. So Hayes, like, what about how your profile has risen? I'm asking you to kind of like brag on yourself a little bit here, obviously, but like, how has your life changed over the last 3 years, gaining all the notoriety you have from the best high school prospects in the country?
And it's changed a lot. A lot of opportunities have opened for me. Definitely life-changing opportunities. Since the last time I talked to you, my following has probably quadrupled.
So you mentioned some life-changing opportunities. Are you going to go to college next year?
Yes, sir.
Where are you going to go?
LSU.
All right, so are you going to play sports, or are you going enrolling as a student?
Well, originally I was committed to Northwestern State as a preferred walk-on to play quarterback. But a few days ago, I got a call from Coach O, and he wants to hire me to be a student assistant in the recruiting department. So how could I pass up on that?
That's incredible. So
yes, sir.
What are you going to accept that?
Sir?
Are you going to accept that offer?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure.
Cool. So your playing career is done.
Yes, sir.
But you're going to work in the recruiting department at LSU. So what kind of stuff are you going to be able to do for LSU?
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure yet. Coach O and a few other guys told me they want me to go down there whenever it opens, whenever I'm available because of the coronavirus and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go down there, I'll know more.
So as a student assistant in the recruiting department, you would be it would be an unpaid job, right? You'd be essentially a volunteer assistant?
No, sir. I'd be getting paid.
You would be getting paid. Do you feel like, and you can elaborate on this a little more, Hayes, but do you feel like, given this obviously makes a lot of sense, right? You have relationships with all the top recruits in the country. Like,
yes, sir.
Given that relationship, does that give you an advantage if you wanted to help recruit guys to LSU?
Maybe a little bit, but in the end, I think that the recruits would make their decision based off of like where they want to go and their family and stuff. I guess it would give me a little advantage because I talk to him a lot, but yeah.
One of the things that I can remember when we talked when you were a freshman, and I think it was the year when LSU was recruiting Marvin Wilson, and he was
Yes,
the big prospect that they were after. And when we talked, because we recorded the interview the night or the day before signing day, you knew where Marvin Wilson was going to commit because you had to do the edit for him. So you know where these guys are going to go before they actually announce. Have you come close to slipping, or have you slipped at any point?
No, sir, I haven't.
And you've never come close to letting the cat out of the bag on any of these guys?
Never, not once.
Were you ever tempted to do it?
Some people have begged me and stuff, but I just don't say a word.
Who's the one that begged you the most?
It's mainly just like fan accounts on Instagram asking me.
I mean, like what prospect?
Oh, wait, like what do you mean by
like? Was there ever a prospect where people were like were hitting you up the most? Like, we got to know where he's going.
Oh, it's a tough one. Let me think. Well, I actually knew where Corey Foreman was going. He's the number one guy in the nation for 2021.
Uh-huh.
And I knew like 2 days before where he was going, and there was a lot of rumors that he was committing to Clemson, which he eventually did, but now he's decommitted. But a bunch of people were hitting me up and asking me if Corey hit me up for edit.
What would working for Ed Ogeron and for LSU's recruiting department, what would that mean for you both personally and professionally?
Personally, it'd be a dream come true because LSU's always been my dream school growing up. And originally, I didn't even really apply to go there because I knew there's like the money situation and all that. But like you said, professionally, working in that department, especially at LSU, is going to open a lot of doors up for me in the future.
What do you want to do professionally?
I mean, depending on how it goes at LSU with working there, maybe stay there and keep working for LSU.
So you've been an LSU fan forever?
Yes, sir, my whole life.
Yeah. Are you going to be on scholarship at LSU?
I'm not sure.
So you're not sure if you'd be on scholarship, but you will be a paid assistant when you accept the job at LSU.
Yes, sir.
That's cool, man. Well,
I'm hoping they help me out financially, though.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's good to hear from you again, man. It's kind of remarkable to see how the digital era can do what it's done for you. I mean, it's an amazing time when people have a skill and they're able to put it on display like you have on social media. Congrats, man, on the opportunity. And, man, bummer about your senior year. I know that sucks for all the seniors in high school that missed out on the end of their senior year, man. But best of luck in the future. We'll keep in touch, all right?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right, man. That's Hayes Fawcett. Y'all follow Hayes on Twitter at HayesFawcett3, HayesFawcett3, at HayesFawcett3. So how cool is that, man? He said Ed Ogeron reached out to him. He was planning to go be a preferred walk-on at Northwestern State. And Ed Ogeron reached out to him and offered to hire him as an assistant in the student assistant in the recruiting department. If you may not know the name, like I said, but if you're watching, you'll see it, or just go look at any of Hayes' social media. Like, he's the guy. Whenever we use a lot of his graphics. When an athlete announces their commitment, they'll typically post a graphic on their Twitter, their social media. It says committed and has the schools, their top 5, top 6, has the logos, and it's flashy. Like, Hayes is the one doing those edits. It's a kid who lives over in the Lafayette area. He's the one doing all these edits, just like on his phone, just in his spare time, charging $10, $15 an edit, making a little money on the side. Good on him. I should have asked him how much money he's made.